Hey guys, I'm back. Let me share the screen again. And I don't have it. Okay, there we go. Let me make sure you all can see that. Okay, so sorry about that brief interruption. We're going to go back to the gender nonconforming lingerie, and my last point was that, here, let me check the chat. Okay. So I'm gonna go back to watching this video. My last point was that she acts like gender is a fun thing, and that being trans is a fun thing. You can just slap on whatever clothes you want, whatever labels you want. Sorry, I have a bunch of tabs open. I can make it a little easier. There we go. Okay.
And etc. Mix and match. It's fun. As a genderqueer person, I find
she even says it's fun.
Bringing in differently gendered items really affirms me. And the second theme is throw out the rules. Don't let your gender or assigned sex dictate the sections you shop in or the toys you play with.
Okay, I agree. Like, you don't have to do certain things just because of the sex you're born as or the gender you are. But again, she acts like it's some fun thing.
Nothing is off limits. Before I dive into the strategies, I want to introduce you to my co-model. First name, Manny. Last name, Quinn. Manny Quinn. Get it? Like mannequin. Except they're
cringe.
gender neutral, so they're not a man-akin. They're a non-binaquin. Mostly because it's fun to say. Manny Quinn the non-binaquin. I put way too much thought into this.
Okay, the construction's really loud right now. Okay. Sorry, I have a bunch of tabs open, so sorry if it takes a little time to click around. Here we go.
I'll own that. Do you like their shaved side? I thought that was cute. Manny's here to model the things I'm way too shy to wear on camera, or items too risque for me to adorn, according to YouTube's community guidelines. Without further ado, let's get into it. The first style strategy I implement when I want to feel sexy as my GNC self is show some skin. If you don't like...
Do you guys see that text that came up? I hope you guys didn't see that.
Showing skin, I got you. I don't always like showing skin. If this is you, make sure to get to strategy 4. I like to do this by wearing transparent fabrics. Fishnets are rad because, in my opinion, there's just something androgynous, edgy, and kind of punk rock about them, which is pretty empowering. Also, I get to show off my nipples. This is totally a personal psyche thing, but for some reason, the act of covering my nipples feels feminine to me, and displaying my nipples feels masculine. Mesh and fishnets allow me to do both. Fun fact, this bodysuit has a hole in it, so you can have downstairs access without disrobing, because that would be annoying. This was complicated to get on. Aside from...
Okay, I'm pretty sure that those types of clothing are worn mostly by women. Just thought.
From transparent fabrics, I also like to show skin by donning revealing items, like a harness. If I wore this, I might put on a little eyeliner to balance things out, but that's just me.
What is that a not highlighter. Is that a harness, for like a dildo or something? Because I'm pretty sure you're not supposed to be wearing that in your chest.
Also, technically, this is a men's harness. It was labeled male power. But like, fuck that, right? Right. Hot pants and suspenders are fun too. The faux leather makes me feel tough, and the suspenders make me feel gay. Pajama pants without a top is another classic go-to revealing ensemble. This silhouette...
Okay, this is... I don't have many more points to make, and this is kind of just making me cringe. So let me see what Milo Stewart is up to, because I have not followed her in a while. Oh, look, my video is one of the top ones listed. That's hilarious. It's like the most watched of most of these. A trans guide to menstruation. Refugees for refugees. Yeah, trans guide of menstruation. I meant liver and Cox. Making my name legit non-binary name change. YouTube scares me. I can't orgasm. I'm sorry. Um, it's funny because the whole thing where she claims to be asexual. Why would you be worried if you can't orgasm? Am I still asexual? What's my gender? I mean, what's my sexual orientation? Uh, Times when taking testosterone sucks. That's a big red flag. But nothing really that is really worth reacting to. I mean, Milo Stewart's kind of just Milo, and she will be who she will be. So I've gotten into the mood of just not caring about SJWs that much even more, even though I'm still gonna do responses to them and stuff. Like I don't care about their lives anymore. What about Riley? Let's see what's Riley. Mild Smash Ultimate characters are queer. It's gender neutral Santa, okay.
Hi.
Queer women websites that support trans women. The Potato Wedges tweet. What if we just gave everybody money? Who decides it's a real word? Okay, Latinx is just cringy. That's my main problem with it. Just a lot of political videos. What does being offended even mean? This is so unsettling. What is? Are you talking about the? Are you talking about the non-conforming lingerie? Okay, just lots of videos. I would normally get mad about these kind of videos, but I really don't care right now. Chase Ross, of course. Always gotta Chase Ross. A lot of people now are making videos about the abuse allegations.
Hi.
His last video was he did a ton of videos for Vlogmas. Yeah, nothing that I would really be interested in. Of course, bunch of trans stuff. October binder giveaway, disability only. So not only is it for okay, this might piss me off. A cis body is not ideal. That is literally what you want to transition to when you're trans. I'm sorry. That is what is modeled up. A male body is a cis male body. I'm an alcoholic, not clickbait. But this is okay. I'm gonna watch this video because this pisses me off. Oh, got a stupid ad.
Snap your W-2 and file Fed and state.
Hello, everybody. It's me, Chasey Poo. Today, I want to talk to you about how, for me personally, a cis body is not the ideal body. Now, for some people, that might be controversial, and I can understand that. And we're allowed to have opposing views. So
okay, I'm glad he's saying we're allowed to have opposing views, and he brought back his cat wall instead of the dick wall.
Just want to have like an open conversation. I want everyone to also understand that I don't represent the whole trans community. I am representing myself, Chase Ross, over here. And also keep in mind that some of these topics that I'm going to talk about might just like trigger some dysphoria for some people. So let's just keep that in mind. That if you're triggered by things that I'm about to talk about, just know that it's, I'm talking about bodies and like cis bodies and comparisons and stuff like that. So where am I getting this idea from? Well, I've actually wanted to make this video for a very long time. And while I was at VidCon in June, there was a question on the, I believe, gender and body image panel that I was on about how do we deal with like the expectation of having a cis body or something like that. And I thought a lot about it, and I think I gave a pretty decent answer. Because
I don't get what he means by the expectation of it having a cis body. Does that mean when you pass and somebody looks at you, they think you have a cis body? Because that's not their fault. That's their assumption. The majority of the time, that person is going to be cis. I don't know if that's what he's talking about, but yeah, Chase pisses me off too. Pointing about the lingerie, like she's still so much a woman trying to wear sexy stuff, so unsettling. Yeah, I mean, the thing about Ash is that she still acts 100% like a woman and lives 100% as a woman, despite having had top surgery, and that concerns me. Like, of course, it's her choice, but you know, the fact that the doctor gave it to her, you know, considering she presented as a female and did it so much faster. Like she got it like within 6 months or something. It took me over a year to get my top surgery, and that was just going through all the requirements. So,
because my whole thing is that my ideal body is my body. I have been transitioning for 10 years, and I have not like learned to love myself, but in a way, yes, have done that, and to be more positive about my body. And I'm not saying that, you know, if you think about it, for 10 years, you're going to be happy with your body and not need surgery and not have dysphoria. I'm not saying that at all. I have dysphoria. I think about surgery all the time, and the dysphoria is so bad sometimes I don't want people to touch me. Like it does happen, but I've done so much mental work and emotional work over the last 8-10 years that I have kind of learned how to feel better about my body and myself and really embrace myself. So,
okay, good for you. You have body positive and you feel better about your body. I mean, not all trans people can achieve that, but I mean, good for you.
I made a video called Body Positivity Despite Having Dysphoria. In that video, I talked about how it's so important to understand that I didn't have any agency over my body for years. A doctor said it's a girl. I was forced to put on dresses and makeup and be socialized as female when I was not.
Okay, you're acting like the doctor saying it's a girl is the doctor's fault. No, the doctor is making an estimation of what it will be based on what the majority of people are. And it's a shame that you were raised as a girl when you weren't. But unfortunately, that's just what happens when you're born into the female sex, and you're acting like that's somebody's fault.
And it's painful to talk about, honestly. And I've had to kind of realize that, oh my God, I now have agency over my body. So for me, having agency over my body means to embrace my body and to love the body that I'm in. And it takes a lot of work for me to do that. And I'm not saying that all trans people can do that. And I'm not giving you advice to tell you to do that. I'm just giving you my own experience. And I know that some people still won't hear that sentence and they're going to think that, well, you don't do that. You know, you can't just think about bath bombs and now you're going to have like 12 up your ass and it's going to make you feel better. Like, it doesn't work like that. And I'm very aware. It's like, oh, just smile. You won't be depressed anymore. Okay, it doesn't work, right? So for me, it's more like I've done so much mental work and physical work that I've kind of come to accept my trans body. And I effing love my trans body. I love it. I love it so much. And I'm allowed to still love it and have dysphoria. And that's the big thing. I do have dysphoria. I have bottom dysphoria often, where I pack every single day. And sometimes I use an STP because I need to pee standing up. And I use prosthetics when I have sex. And they make me feel better, especially the ones that look like my skin tone. And it just makes me feel more like me. And I have a lot of dysphoria. But I love my body. And I love my trans body because I have learned to embrace it. And I have learned to do things with it that I feel like if I hadn't done all the work, I would be closed off to. And that's okay if you are. But for me, I've always been a very open and like very sexual person my whole life. So
we know that. We know that.
being trans and not being able to be sexual, because that's the message I feel like I was getting. It's either you're too sexual because you're fetishized, or you're not sexual enough. No one wants you. You're undesirable.
Okay, so he's saying that trans people are either seen as sexual, which is fetishized, so that's bad, or they're seen as like not able to date. Nobody's able to date them because they're not sexual. Pick one, please, because I've seen multiple people say, like, oh, you can't be attracted to a trans person because they're trans, but you can't be not attracted to a trans person because they're trans. Like, which one do you want?
So I didn't really have a good kind of ground of what, or a base of what it was like to be trans and be sex positive and stuff like that. But it is super important for me to understand that I have this body. This is the only body that I have. I can absolutely modify this body. I can have phalloplasty. I can have metoidioplasty. I have had top surgery. And yes, it is to make my body appear more masculine. But here's the thing. It's not because I want to look cis, all right? It's because I...
Then what does more masculine even mean? It's funny because he says, I don't want to look cis, but I want to look more masculine. Well, looking more masculine means looking more like a cis man. I'm sorry. That's what it means.
I want to be comfortable in my own skin. And having a flat chest absolutely was something that I needed, because when I started to grow the titty and I put on a t-shirt, I literally looked down and said, I cannot wear t-shirts anymore. And it was devastating to be like 9 or 10 years old. And that's devastating that I felt like I couldn't wear shirts anymore. I think it was like 10 or 11 maybe. So kind of like going off of that.
Yeah. Somebody pointed out, I don't think Chase knows what he's talking about half the time. I really don't think he does.
It's really important that I make the distinction that I had top surgery because I wanted a flat chest. And it wasn't, I don't think, related to I'm a boy, I need a flat chest, because, you know, some...
Then what? Why did you want a flat chest? It makes no sense. Like, you want a male chest, but you don't want a male chest because... No, you want a male chest, but you don't want a male chest because you're male. You just want a male chest.
Trans guys have chests and they love it and they don't get surgery. And, you know,
who the fuck loves having a chest when you're a trans guy? I mean, that makes literally no sense. That's like Buck Angel's, you know, whole loving having a vagina thing. Although Buck Angel has come out and said, you know, that he would, if he could, like, have a perfect surgery, would get bottom surgery. But he doesn't want to because the options aren't that great. And I understand that. I just don't understand, like, the I love my female parts thing.
You know what? That's fine. They could still have dysphoria about their chest. And that's completely fine. Some people are non-binary and like to have top surgery. And for them, it's just more of a neutral place where some people don't even get nipples because they don't like nipples. And that's more gendered for them. Who knows?
Nipples are gendered. I mean, yes, they are. Men and women have different nipples, but seriously, not wanting to get nipples because that's too gendered for you is just so dumb. Like, I honestly don't get the whole I want a chest with no nipples, because that just looks weird because nobody has no nipples. I mean, I'm sure there's probably some people who are born without it, but you get what I mean.
Look, listen, everyone who's watching this video, you can have a different interpretation of your body and whatever you want. And I think that that's what a beautiful thing is, because I get to love my body and embrace my body because it's my body. And I don't care what other people think. I don't want a cis body. There's nothing wrong, obviously, with a cis body. But
I think he is kind of communicating that there is something wrong with the cis body, because he's said so many things that talking shit about cis people, and I don't get it at all. I don't get trans people talking shit about cis people any more than I get white people talking about Hispanic people, for example. Because, first of all, just because one cis person is transphobic does not make all cis people transphobic. Second of all, like, they're just a group of people. They're just a demographic. They're just like you, except that they're not trans. Like, that's the only difference, and it's 99.7% of the population. So whether you like it or not, cis people are everywhere, and you have to learn to coexist with them. Like, I honestly don't see any difference between myself and a cis person because, yes, I am trans, but look, that's not a huge part of my life anymore. Um, and that's not something that defines my identity. And when you say like, when you have differences like this define your identity, that's when you get really dangerous into being an ideologue. Um, that's what feels bigotry. So the fact that he is making such a clear division between himself and cis people makes me really think that he is bigoted. Um, And I mean, he said like sexist things about men, so I wouldn't be surprised.
It's not my personal journey that I'm reaching for. And it's not like I've accepted that phalloplasty isn't actually like a biological, penis, and I'll never have that. It's nothing like that at all, because phalloplasty is beautiful, and it is a beautiful surgery that gives you beautiful results that are extremely realistic. And I love the results, honestly, of phalloplasty. So it's not like phalloplasty will make me a man, but phalloplasty sucks, so I don't get it. No, I would love to have phalloplasty in the future, and it's not because I want to be a man. It's because it's something that would make me more comfortable, and it doesn't make me more of a man to have phalloplasty or not. It doesn't make me more of a man to wear a packer or stand to pee. It doesn't.
Okay, sure, it doesn't make you more of a man, but it does make you look more male, which is based off a cis male. I'm sorry, it is. Let me just respond in the chat. I got kind of distracted. Sorry, I've issues with switching over to stuff. I get distracted easily, so give me a little time. I'm typing in the chat. Thank you, Key Smasher. Okay. Back to the video, which I'm almost done with.
What makes me more of a man is that I don't say it makes me more of a man. That's not a thing that I say. I'm more me. I'm more Chase. And I've always said that I'm not binary. I'm not a binary trans guy, and I'm not non-binary. I'm kind of in the middle. So whatever.
How on earth can you be in the middle between non-binary and binary? That is something I do not get. Chase just spews constant nonsense. And honestly, I'm not that interested in going to his abuse allegations. I'm not sure if they're true, but I wouldn't be surprised if they were. But yeah, Chase, you broke my brain. Let's transfer to another video. I might have to end this. Let's see what Ty Turner's up to. I don't have that much of a problem with Ty Turner, but he does make some SJWE stuff sometimes. Yeah, nothing that that seems like a big video. Oh, the dumbest pointlessly gendered products I've ever seen. There are some products that don't really need to be gendered. I'm running out of people. Who else? Oh yeah, Chandler. Oh, Jackson Bird's back in there. Trans terminology. Here we go. Oh, she's wanting urine testosterone and still presents as a girl.
If they are, it just adds to the ambiance.
Her voice sounds so weird when it's deep.
This is a lived-in space,
Yeah.
you know? Just existing. We're not pretending that this
You
is
eat all the orange ones.
Oh, I'm not very hungry.
Yeah.
Do you like orange flavored candy?
Always.
Yeah, they're so good.
Orange
Orange
flavored
flavored
candy.
candy. Okay, ready. Ready, Chandler.
Oh, I have a gummy in my mouth now.
I like catching people like at inopportune times on their channel.
Hello, everyone. Chandler here, and today I'm joined with the wonderful, the amazing. Introduce yourself.
Me?
That's you.
Oh, okay. Thomas Sanders.
Everyone knows who you are.
So
Well,
Here, let me respond to this.
on my channel they probably do.
that was the beeps.
So, to me, Chandler looks like a female, even though she's kind of got the tranny voice if you watch Calvin Guerra, but she still looks like a female to me. Like if I just saw her on the street, I would call her a female, even though she does have a more masculine sounding voice now.
Oh,
Sorry,
my
I'm
God.
trying to my phone.
Jonah, Jonah, disturb it. We
Silence my
have
phone now. I'm sorry.
You're
Jonah
right.
Town over here.
I'm sorry. I ruined your whole video.
So these are just people goofing off. Let me skip a little further in the video.
That put aside,
Yes.
are you ready to learn some words?
I believe yes. I'm excited to learn. This is very reminiscent of like I try to do this on my channel sometimes where I bring in people to teach me things that I didn't know before.
So this is Chandler teaching Thomas, who is not trans, I'm assuming, trans terminology.
Yes.
And I have a lot to learn. And so I'm excited to have been given this opportunity. You asked me like, do you want to learn this terminologies? I'm like, yes, this is my opportunity.
Word. Okay. So I have some words that are like identity specific. Then I have some objects. And
Okay.
I already told you this earlier.
Yeah.
And then I also have some surgeries.
Right.
There will be no graphic information about the surgeries. They will just be explained at their most basic.
Okay.
That way it's not too intense for YouTube.
Right.
Don't want to get demonetized immediately.
No, definitely not. That's tricky.
I love being trans on the internet. So good. Okay.
I love being trans on the internet. That really says it all.
So I have a list of words and I'm just going to read through them and you can take a guess on what you think they mean or you can just right away say, I have no idea.
Okay.
Tell me what that word
I'm
is.
nervous to take a guess.
It's okay.
Okay.
The whole purpose of this is
Somebody,
to just
okay,
Right.
somebody wrote in the chat, this looks like one of those weird stepdad and teenage daughter porno. I'm sorry, that's too funny.
Absolutely.
Okay, so your first word is transmask. It is
Okay, I don't really get the meaning of trans masculine because I think it means you're a trans guy, but it can also mean like you're half a trans guy or something. I don't know.
often two words.
I
It's
guess she's
often
gonna explain it.
Masculine. Okay. Is it a transgender person who presents as masculine?
When you say presents, do you mean with expression or with their gender itself?
Oh, it feels more masculine.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, of course, it's about their feelings.
Yes.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, so it's
Okay.
someone who would be assigned female at birth, who identifies on the masculine spectrum.
Okay.
The
So-
masculine spectrum. Look, I get like gender expression is on a spectrum. You can present however you want. Some people are more masculine, some people are more feminine. But the saying that you can identify on the masculine spectrum is a little, I don't know.
So your next word is Dimmy Boy. Do you know what that means?
Oh, okay. Full confession time. When I was a young person on the internet, I'm still am obviously, but when I was like 15, I I thought Demi Boy was a real thing, and I thought for like a quick second that I might be that because I was still struggling with being trans. So I can understand how people might use non-binary as like a transitional thing before they're able to fully recognize that they're trans. I do understand that. Like I said, I used to be a bit of an SJW. It says honestly, 99 times somebody isn't binary; they are either a trender or gender non-conforming. That is pretty true. Listen, that's okay. When I was 15, I was a communist. Fair enough.
Oh my goodness. Somebody who feels like a boy some of the time.
Yes.
Is that right?
Yes.
Oh.
I'm going a little crazy here in this. It's all about your feels, of course.
Oh, good.
It's like, you know the word like demi.
Talon. Talon as a demi boy. Oh, fantastic.
So it would be either some of the time, like occasionally, or like partially, but like consistent. So you're 2 for 2, right?
Yeah.
Occasionally, sometimes, or partially, but consistently. This is pretty much the Tumblr way of defining things.
Yeah, that's great. Okay.
All right. So the next word that I have for you is an object.
Okay.
It is a binder. Do you know what a binder is?
A binder is what I guess AFAB individuals would put around their chest area in order to feel more masculine.
So you're on the right track.
Okay.
Yes, it is something that goes in your chest.
Yes.
It's a compression vest.
Compression vest.
Yes. So
did I generalize the purposes of the binder?
No. It's to appear as if you have a flat chest.
Yes.
It might not be something to be masculine, but it's just to have a flat chest.
Got you. Oh,
Also,
yes, you're right. I just went straight to the binary reasoning.
Wow. So
Oh my god, he went straight to the binary reasoning, and that's bad for some reason.
I know. I'm so sorry. Yeah.
It's very specific because there are very unsafe ways to compress your chest.
Mhm.
So a binder is the safest way to do it. As
That is true. If you want to compress your chest, you do need to get like a professional binder because doing it other ways can be risky.
we know of so far. Your next word is also another object. You know what a packer is?
Oh, okay. It's an object that you insert into the pants, the lower, the lower area.
So it can be.
I didn't want to explain the purpose because I didn't want to generalize that either.
And there are
Oh, he
different
doesn't want to
types of
generalize. That's
like-
bad. It's funny. It's ironic because these people generalize all the time. Like if you saw one of my earlier streams, I had an argument with an SJW that said 95% of the white population oppressed black people. So, yeah, these people make generalizations all the time. Honestly, I always found Thomas is like a trap basically. Thomas is like, that's bullshit, but I need to feed off the attention of teenagers to stay alive. I don't know that much about Thomas Sanders, but I do know that he has a widely teenage audience. Somebody says I always found him obnoxious and never watched his content. I probably wouldn't like his content either.
STP. Do you know what an STP is?
No, I have no clue.
It's an acronym.
Oh yeah, no, I knew that.
Okay.
I don't even want to guess. I don't even know.
So it stands for stand to pee. So it is a packer that would have a cup and a hole
Really?
for it. Yeah, so that you can use the urinal.
What?
Yeah.
Oh, that's so cool.
Technology is wild.
Technology is the best, man. That's fantastic. Yeah, because it is pretty great to stand to pee.
I told when I was doing this video with Nicola, I cracked him up so much because I said that sometimes these are marketed towards cis women, and he got so confused. And I said there are camping ones that are just like straight up, they're just a funnel to help when cis women are like out camping.
Really?
Yeah, it's just like literally a funnel.
To avoid that poison ivy,
Yeah.
I guess. Oh, but that's really good. It's called an STP.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, that's neat.
Well, STP is the trans-specific object.
Gotcha. Okay.
I don't think I've ever seen the funnel be referred to as an STP. I wouldn't be surprised.
I have actually online because there's one called the Go Girl that's for cis women, and I think they call them STP. So
Surprised, but I
Yeah.
don't think I've ever seen it be referred to that way.
I got you.
It's called a Go Girl.
Oh, nice.
Is that
yeah, that's exactly what I just said. Just funny that they were saying the same thing in the video.
really
Oh,
what
a
it's
Go
called?
Go girl.
Like,
A
go,
go
girl.
girl. You go,
to the
girl.
bathroom.
It is lovely.
Funny, I did use some Packers serve that purpose. I just didn't know it.
Yeah, word. Okay, so your
Ooh.
next term. So
Oh.
now you're done. You good?
Yeah, sorry, I was rubbing my eye, and then I
You're
got
getting
all red.
emotional.
I was.
Okay.
Ah.
Now I want to whip out the fun terms that are just going to be probably a little hard for me to pronounce sometimes.
Okay,
Because it's the surgeries. The surgeries.
right. Okay.
Because everyone always wants to know, did you have the surgery? As if there was only one. So do you know what top surgery is?
Top surgery. Yes, it's. Well, how do I say this specifically in the technical terms? It's surgery here
Yes.
in order to not use a binder anymore.
Yes.
Correct? Is that the yes? To remove
Removal.
the breasts.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Removal of
does that
breast
work?
tissue.
Okay.
Yeah, that's simple.
I didn't know what terminology I
Okay.
could use that was like too umbrella terms.
No, you're good.
Oh, good. Okay.
So there are different types of mastectomies, which are top surgeries.
Mhm.
And I'm just going to quiz you on a few of them.
Oh goodness.
Yeah, there
Okay.
are multiple kinds. Do you know what double incision is? This is the most common top surgery because it's the most accessible for different.
Okay, this is getting kind of boring. I'm gonna look into Brennan and see what Brennan has to say, because Brennan, as you know, is quite the individual. Oh my God, Onision has a video on Calvin Guerra. That I'm gonna respond to that video. Why is he wearing like the Psalm? My God, that is. Oh, my sister's coming home soon, so I might just end this stream here. Looks like she just has videos on what happened to the rest of her videos? I guess she changed her title or her videos, or I mean the subject of her videos. Let Miles Morales have his own movie. He did have his own movie. I don't know what that's in reference to, but yeah, she's just making videos about Spider-Man and stuff. So, yeah, I think I'm gonna end the stream here. Calvin, I like sometimes, but sometimes he gets too edgy, but in an asshole-ish way. Top surgery makes you a top. Have you seen that meme? I have not seen that meme. I know someone that wants to try any voice and doesn't want to put a typical male voice and wants to be femme. I think that's a phase for that person. Yeah. Honestly, I don't get the appeal sitting down and being peaceful while you pee. I don't know if you're referring to standing up peeing is you don't get the peel, or sitting down you don't get the peel. I mean, I get the peel of standing up to pee. I just don't like using STPs because they're kind of gross to me. But as the person who wants the tranny voice, I don't get that at all. Like, you go on testosterone, you're gonna get a male voice unless you talk, you know, the from you don't talk in a masculine way. You don't make your voice sound deeper. Then you get the trendy voice, which is still more masculine. But Calvin, I like sometimes he gets too edgy in an asshole-ish way. Sometimes he makes like edgy jokes and stuff. Yeah, we're actually planning on doing a collab at some point, so hopefully that will happen. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this, and thanks for watching. Now I end the stream. There we go.